It says live. It's whoa.
It's on what truly matters.
Let's turn this off and make sure we're all good. How's it going? How's everybody doing tonight? Got Dragon Slayer and Brian, Bob, Maker's Dawn. What's up, everybody? Everybody hear me okay? The stream's going good? Yes, there we go. So what's up, everybody? This is crazy. The last few days have been insane. I can't even express how insane it's been. I want to welcome everybody first off that's new to my channel. I'm glad you found me. I'm glad Boogie sent you over. It's been an amazing experience. Doing these logos in general have been an amazing experience over the last couple of years. And each one seems to bring a new, new kind of almost like a high in my life. It's just awesome thing that's happened. Yeah. So what was it? Last week we started a contest around, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. And we shot up about 800 subscribers. And then a couple days later, Boogie released that video and we shot up another almost over 4,000 subscribers. So in the last few days, or the last couple weeks, we've shot up 5,000 subscribers. So we're over double what we started, which is insane. Because YouTube's over. Well, yeah. What I've learned about being on YouTube is to not put all your eggs in one basket. That's why, people use Patreon, they use other things to make money, still being able to use the YouTube platform. But so I wanted to come on here tonight just to kind of talk to you guys and welcome everybody that's new, give you guys a little bit of insight into how I made the shield that I did, give you a little bit of insight of why I did the video like I did. People that have watched my channel before probably noticed that I did my video a little bit different this time. And the reason for that, I don't actually cute Doge. I make logos for lots of different channels. I make them for small YouTube channels. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago, I made this one right here for Geek Tech. I make these little smaller logos for channels that are getting started. The problem I have with that is that I have a list that's like a mile long of those already. So I do try to do as many of those as I can because I like talking to everybody in the YouTube community, the 3D printing community. I like spreading the word about smaller channels and stuff like that. Even though, I'm not like a huge channel, I like to just spread it as much as I can. So I'm a little nervous about tonight because it's just been an insane couple of days. And I usually in my live streams, it's core group that I've been talking to for a long time. And it's crazy to have like a whole new audience to talk to. Would I make you? And do you have a channel, Cute Doge? I can definitely add anybody to the list. The list, like I said, is it's probably about 30 different channels deep right now. It's getting pretty long, but I definitely will continue to add people to the channel or to the list. Yeah, Heather's gonna put something in the chat that you can email. How big is your channel, Cute Doge? Or do you have a YouTube channel, or are you just interested in a logo? Because I really like doing That's one thing about the smaller channels that I do the logos for. Even though I have that list that's that long, I usually try to reach out to the channels that actually watch my channel or that talk to me, communicate with me on Twitter, all social media. I usually try to you know, go out and reach out to those channels more than somebody that just says, "Oh, I want a logo," you know, and then I never hear from them again. So 42 subs, that's awesome. Yeah, the Geek Tech one I just did was I think they were at what 50 something subs when I did it. So I'm actually releasing the video for that one next week. So and the thing about those smaller logos is obviously the shield took an insane amount of time to do. I think I was working on it for probably about 4 months total, and you know, to sustain a YouTube channel on a video that's going to come out every 4 months does not work very well. So that's when I do like to do the smaller logos in between. I always like 3D printing, and I work at actually a sign shop where I have access to a huge laser cutter, a 500-watt fiber laser, so I can cut out crazy stuff like this. And we do sublimation and different types of stuff there, so I can actually incorporate that into the logos that I do. I did some laser cutting on the Boogie shield too. Yeah, exactly. You need to find smaller props. Yeah, it's crazy designing your logo for a new channel, but yeah, I mean, definitely, if you guys are interested in logos, reach out to me. I'll definitely take a look at your channel. And like I said, if you're a supporter of mine and you just, you know, say hi, comment my videos, talk to me a little bit, get to know me. I really like to get to know the channels too that I'm working with. I'll watch the videos. You know, I'll chat with you in the comments, whatever. You know, if you get to know me a little bit better, you have a little bit better shot of maybe getting the logo done.
Explain to them who I am. So that I'm telling them
Explain what?
who I am.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. My laptop with the chat just shut off. So hold on 1 second. I'm sorry about that. I should have turned the monitor sleep timer off. 1 second, please. Oh, it's going to make me log back in. Hold on. Got to move the mouse around a little bit. All right, so let's see what we got here. Please explain sublimation. Jim, sublimation is basically, it's a kind of a transfer that you print out. Just it's on actual sublimation paper. We have these huge Epson printers. They're probably as wide as my table, so it's like, you know, they're like this big, and they use sublimation ink, sublimation paper. You can look all that stuff up. It basically it comes out on the transfer. You put it's a single use transfer. You put that down on a press, like a heat press that heats up to 400 degrees. And then you have a substrate, which is basically the coated metal. This one, for instance, is coated before we get it, and we actually just cut straight through this and we can press right onto it. And then we also do steel too, which you can we can cut into any shape, you know, with the laser cutter, and then it gets powder coated. And that's just like a process. I don't even know much about powder coating because I don't do it, but basically what it makes it makes a white surface on the metal to where this ink can turn into a gas when it's being pressed in the heat press, and that gas actually sinks into the pores of the surface.
NLTMW. Yes, a high-tech iron-on. That's basically what it is.
Pretty much a high-tech iron-on. Yeah, I'm trying to explain it too in depth.
And cute Doge. I'm Heather. I'm Travis's minion. And you can email me. I put my email in the chat, heather@apyrodesign.com. Send me your info, and then I'll get your information on the list.
Yeah,
and anyone else. I mean, you can always get added to the list. I do a lot of the correspondence for Travis because he has so much on his plate that I take care of that stuff usually.
What's up, Kevin?
Hi, Kevin. Kevin, did you get your package yet? Did you get your Patreon package yet?
It's a Patreon package. Yeah, that's another thing. Because of the increase in subscribers, because of the increase in views on my channels, my Patreon's actually shot up pretty decently too. And we've hit the second goal on the Patreon channel, which is $150 a month, which is just amazing. And I thank each and every one of you that's patrons on my channel. And everyone else is awesome too. I'm not just thanking them. But the second goal is to have a monthly drawing for something from my Etsy store, or like a laser cut item, probably like some of the signs that I do and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, check out my Patreon. And those of you that already are on the Patreon, that's what I'll be doing. So it's going to be starting. I think I'll be doing it about probably,
we'll start it
next just month. We might start next month on the 1st. So May 1st, we're going to start that. And
Kevin, if you haven't opened that package, you probably should have whoever's house it was sent to. They should probably open that package. There may or may not be organic goods in there.
Oh.
So
I'm going to email you, sure. Thanks a lot, Dragon. Yeah, that was one of my craziest logos I've ever done. If you look up on my wall, I have done one shield before I did for Dame Drops. The one I did for Boogie was harder, and because I was trying to make it stronger, because I actually had a problem with the Dame Drop shield melting. That's what I did on the video. I kind of did a funny thing to that, but I made that one too thin. I made it out of PLA plastic, and I had it in the back of my car when I was coming back from VidCon, where I actually met Boogie, and it melted because it was too hot in the trunk, so it got all warped. I actually have it right here. Let me pull it out real quick. Yeah, this is my other shield that I made. The Dame Drop shield. It looks pretty nice still, but right here, if you can see, it's pretty warped. I'm gonna try to fix this and actually get it back out to Dame Drops. I'm gonna fix it and maybe like battle damage it a little bit, just because it's got some cracks in here from where it warped and melted, and it's just kind of a little bit messed up. So what I want to do is just melt it back the best I can, and then because those cracks and stuff are there, just like put maybe some like slashes, like it was hit with an axe, or like some crazy stuff on here, and like weather it up. So. Set that down. Hey, what's up, Geek Tech? Which one of you guys is that? Is that both of you guys? I gotta scroll back and see if I missed anything.
You missed everything.
I missed everything.
Yeah. I was spoiler alerting what was inside of Kevin's package.
Yeah.
Because they all thought we were sending him special cookies or special brownies.
No, nothing like that. So what else are we going to talk about? Oh, a lot of people, and I'm just saying this stuff because in case people are watching this afterwards too, I'll actually answer some questions in a minute. But a lot of people were asking me, like a lot of people were asking me how I got that shield so shiny, and it literally was this metallic Rust-Oleum bright reflective finish. It's like a chrome spray paint, and all I did was spray on a couple coats of it, and it gave that finish. I did not do any polishing. I did not do anything like that. It just looks like that when you spray it on. It looks amazing. The only problem with it is that it dings really easily and it leaves fingerprints, which I had a lot of issues. If you watch back the video again, you can actually see me. There's a part where I taped, I'm peeling tape off of the black area. That's because after I put all those, the trim and the little emblems and stuff on, I had to go back over it. So I had to tape all that off and spray over it again to get it shiny again, because I had dinged it all up and I had scratched it and left all these nasty fingerprints and stuff. So it's kind of a pain to work with, but it does look amazing. I actually used it on the that same kind of paint, but the gold version on the Sonic that I did. I got that right here. This is like one of the only logos that I actually still have, because I usually send these out to YouTubers. This is one of the only ones that I still have. So I used that same really reflective paint right on the bottom of this. So that's to answer anybody who was asking that, because I had so many people ask me that. I'm like, it wasn't that hard, actually. The key to getting that finished too was actually sanding the hell out of the shield before painting it, and using, basically I started out by sanding like insanely crazy. I guess I could kind of break it down a little bit. I printed out all the pieces separately. I had like, I think the actual shield portion was made of 9 separate pieces. And then I formed I put the shield together with pegs, and there goes my laptop again. I put the shield together with these 3D printed pegs and super glue, basically. And then I used Bondo, which is a tip I learned from Uncle Jesse. His channel, what is his channel? Why am I forgetting? It's just called Uncle Jesse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Clayton Parker. He's an awesome dude. And then that sealed in all the extra cracks in between the different 3D printed pieces. And then I sanded the hell out of that. So it was a pretty smooth surface already. And then I used hardware store filler primer over the entire shield, and then used the chrome spray paint. So that's why you get that really smooth surface. You know, it's a lot of post-processing work. It doesn't just come like that straight from the 3D printer. You have to do a lot to get it to look like that. So, did I miss something?
Cute Doge wants to know what your favorite game is.
My favorite game, actually, currently is Breath of the Wild. Yeah. My favorite game series of all time is the Zelda series. I love. I've always been a huge Nintendo fan. I really like all video games. I'm not like a fanboy or anything, but Zelda is definitely my favorite game series, and I'm like really digging Breath of the Wild. I'm on the third Divine Beast actually right now. So what's up, Jason? All right, does anybody have any questions about the shield or anything, just anything in general about my channel, about Logos to Life? Have I ever played Uncharted 4? Or Uncharted for PS4? I did play a little bit of the first Uncharted. I haven't really gotten to that series because I said I wasn't a fanboy, but I haven't really played that many. I haven't really owned that many PlayStation systems. I've owned them at certain points, but I didn't really have them for that long, and they weren't my main consoles, so I didn't really play that much. And I never really got into Uncharted. I actually know it's an awesome series. I've always wanted to, but
focus on what. Sorry.
He's saying how much money for to do a logo. It's actually not kind of about the money, Average Joe. It's more about like the time and just being able to. I was talking about it earlier that I have a list of people that have requested logos from me, and I keep adding to that list, and it's getting harder and harder to keep up with it, but I will keep adding to that list, and I'll keep on pulling from it as long as I'm doing this. So you can just message Heather Did you put your email in there? I guess you could put it in there again.
I did. I just put
Or
it
we'll put it in the
I just put it in
description.
the description.
Yeah. So if you want to email me about a logo or her, she can talk to you and maybe get you on my list. Live reenactment of the shirt off dance.
Please don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
That's actually a funny story because I was getting ready to do, and this will, I guess, kind of go into why I did my video a little bit different this time than I usually do. I was getting ready to do my video, and Heather and Ari, my daughter, were gone for the day. They went to a baby shower, and I was all alone to mess with my video. So I had all the time in the world to do it, and I was just like trying to be creative, and I was thinking about like Boogie's channel and like maybe getting like a bigger audience of people seeing that video. So I was watching that video that Boogie did, the one that I put in the video, in my video, and I literally saw it, and I was just like, whoop, it ripped my shirt off. I'm like, all right, I'm doing this. I grabbed the camera and I started dancing in front of the camera right then. I was like, I have to make this video fun. I have to make it crazy. Boogie is like that. That's one thing that I've always tried to do with my videos in general, is kind of match the tone of the channel that I'm doing it for, doing the logo for. And that's how Boogie is. You know, he's always just put himself in front of a camera and been crazy, or like, you know, that in turn led me to the Francis rage that I did, because I just thought that it needed to be fun. I was like, you know what, this video is big. It needs to be something different than I usually do. It needs to be something crazy. And I thought Boogie was the perfect person to do that for, the perfect channel to do that for. So that's why I did that. And I think it turned out great. It has been people sending out gifts with me dancing around, and it's just one of those things. It's funny as hell to me, and I had a lot of fun with it. So
Dustin asked, total hours start to finish on the shield.
I've had that question. That's like the second between the how I painted it and the how many hours I put into the shield, and that one is actually insanely hard to answer, because I could not tell you how many hours I put into that shield.
Too many.
Too freaking many. Yeah, it was. I like literally remember just nights of there. Let me put it this way: just the sanding portion was probably 2 weeks between all the pieces, and this was working nightly. I was just like out there all the time. I had other people helping me sand. I had other people helping me pull off. In the video, you can see my nephew's in there. My daughter's even helped a little bit. His son was up there messing around. It was just like a group thing, because I actually had, because my table here is not that huge, I had everything out on the dining room table, and it was just spread out there. And I worked in the garage, I worked in the dining room, I worked in here. I just was everywhere with that project. It was just an insane amount of time. And I mean, Dustin, you saw like all the updates and stuff as I was going, because there was a group of people that I was showing things to as I was doing it. And I know, like, I kept on updating. I felt like I was just putting it out there too much with you guys, because I was like, oh, they're gonna get bored of this by the time it gets done, because I was working on it so long.
Practical Freaking Chris says, how much did the shield weigh? We never weighed it.
I didn't weigh it, but it was comfortable to hold. It was not like crazy heavy. I did the infill on the shield pieces at like 5%, something really light. And I used a 0.8 millimeter nozzle so that the shield actual wall thickness would be really nice and thick and hard. I wanted it to be able to actually, you know, not melt like the Dame shield. I know I wasn't going to put this thing in the trunk or anything, but I worried about longevity, because like the Dame shield, even besides the melting factor, it's kind of falling apart a little bit, and I didn't want that to happen with this one. So I made that shield really thick, and but it didn't have much inside. It was just mainly a thick thing. You could hit it, and it was really hard though. So, and I used PET G plastic.
Wheelmancer is saying, did you know Boogie was a lefty when you started? Yes, we did know.
Yeah, we did know that. And I also, even if he wasn't a lefty, I did that with the Dame Drop Shield too, because I figure if anybody's going to be carrying it around, they're probably not going to be carrying around a sword with it. And I didn't want anybody to feel like too heavy. And a lot of people are more comfortable with their right arms. I know lefties aren't, but I don't know. I just thought it would be better. People were asking Boogie that a lot. Nobody really asked in mine why I did that, but I know they were asking him about it.
I think for Dames it was more because you gave it to him at VidCon.
Yeah, I gave him
his
at VidCon. He was going to be carrying it all around, exactly.
And that he wanted to have access to his writing hand if he needed to. So that was why he did it on the left. PvP Warlord said, how much did it cost to make?
Well, I did have the filament was sponsored for this video, so that helped a lot. Matter Hackers, amazing company. They sent me spools of filament, all the for the shield, and I actually had done a project from them before where I had some of that filament left, so I didn't really have to put any money out for filament. If I had to have done that, it would have cost probably. I think those spools of filament are like, what are they, $40 or $50 each?
Yeah, I think
because I used
$42. I used 6.
Yeah, I used the Matter Hackers Pro Pet G, and I used like 6 of those, and then I had some Pro PLA from them, and I used a couple spools of that. So I would estimate, like, if I had paid for it, which I didn't, it would have probably cost around $300-400 just for the building, maybe more because of the paints and stuff too. And there was, I mean, if you count all the time and stuff, it's obviously insane.
And the
but
adhesive and the I mean, it's more of a time thing more than anything else. It's hard to put a dollar amount on.
Yeah, it's hard to put a dollar amount
to ship it to him.
Yeah, I think like just the shipping alone was probably like $80 to ship it out there. So, it adds up, and the time adds up. But I do it because I love YouTube and I love seeing these reactions. That's why I started Logos Life in the first place, was because the very first logo that I did for James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd one, was a fan project, and it was I knew I was going to see him at PAX the year, I think it was like 2011, and I took that with me. I had been working with a 3D printer at school, and I printed that out, painted it up, took it with me, and gave it to him at PAX. And I didn't, he thought it was awesome, and I didn't think of anything of it for a while. And then I come to find out that he was so excited about it that he ended up using that logo for his movie. And he had put out a video trying to get in contact with me and all this stuff, and I completely missed that video. I'm really sad that I did it, because I probably could have been more involved in that movie. But anyways, so it started out like that, and I just love seeing that, and that's why I started reaching out to other YouTubers and actually working with them instead of just it being fan projects. And Boogie's kind of was a combination of both, because I was working with Dez and Boogie didn't really know about it that much. I thought he knew a little bit more, but she was actually keeping it as a surprise for him, which I thought was still awesome, because it ended up working out. He just, like, I've never seen one of my projects loved that much. It was just insane to see how much he appreciated it and cared for it. I was just like, it like blew me away. So that feeling alone just makes me want to do it. It doesn't matter how much it costs. I just love doing it.
Everyone's saying, who's next?
Who's next? As in big YouTubers, I have a couple potential ones. I'm in the talks with some that I can't really talk about because I don't know if they're 100% yet. There is one, these guys right here, Healthy Junk Food. If you haven't seen their channel, please do. It's amazing. I did that logo for them when they were at 60,000 subscribers, and that was
almost to 1 million now.
Yeah, they're almost to 1 million subscribers now, and that was just like a year and a half ago, maybe, or yeah, maybe almost 2 years ago, but they've shot up that fast. And they really like me. They're really big supporters of my channel. And so I'm working on theirs next. I'm also working on one for another smaller channel that's in the 3D printing community. A few of you guys know who that is. I don't really want to go into that one a little bit much yet because I haven't started printing that one yet. But
if I want to paint a 3D print using acrylic paint, how well would that work?
Acrylic paint works amazing on 3D prints. If you want to get some really good tips on doing painting, because my channel, I like just kind of show off what I do. I don't like a lot of times go into tutorials or anything like that. If you want to check out some awesome stuff that goes into it a little bit more in depth and shows some stuff off too, go to Chaos Core Tech. His wife, Chelsea, she's actually in the chat right now. She's an amazing painter too. Their channel shows a little bit more than I do on that stuff. She's awesome at it too, was what I'm trying to say. Anyways, if you want, in my opinion, use the sanding technique like I was talking about earlier. Sand your 3D print first. Go to the hardware store, get some filler primer. This will it will actually seal in the lines on the prints and like little imperfections on the prints. Way to pass it up. I know.
She's better at it than he is, honestly.
She is better at it than I am, and that's why I'm shouting her out right now, because she is better at it. When I got that Sonic from her and I sent mine out, I'm like, oh my God, this looks so much better than my logo right here. So anyways, like I'm saying though, get some hardware store acrylic or filler primer, fill in those gaps, and then you can start painting right over that. You can also, if you want to give it a little bit of a brightness under the acrylic paint, after you do the filler primer, use some just white primer, and that'll give it a little bit more pop too before you start painting on it. You could, I mean, literally you can actually paint right on 3D prints too. It takes a little bit more paint and sometimes a little bit more time, but most of my first logos, that's what I did. I did the Angry Video Game Nerd one. That one's just acrylic paint on the 3D print. The Cinemassacre one, most of actually all of the original ones are. You can, like in the Monster Madness one, you can still see the lines and stuff in a lot of those early ones before I started using the filler primer and stuff.
What's the biggest thing you've made?
The biggest thing I made was the shield.
Yeah, the Boogie shield was the biggest.
Yeah, before that was the name drop shield. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing I've ever 3D printed. Total pieces was like, I think I put in the video as 85 pieces, and that's counting all the little pegs and the laser cut letters and all that stuff on top. It's a lot of pieces. I really, before I do anything like that again, I want to get more of a large format printer. I don't want to have to cut so many pieces up and put so many more pieces together, because you just end up with more gaps in between the prints, and you end up having to do more sanding time. You know, if the print on the bottom is warped at all, you have like huge gaps in between those pieces, so it's kind of a pain there. So I really want to get a large format printer before I go anything really big again.
Yes, and then going into that, 3D printing kit says, have you seen Ronnie's CR10 and Prusa MK2? And says, did you ever get an MK2 or do you want one?
The Prusa MK2, which
one's that?
Yeah, which one is that even? Is that just the one that they've been showing all over the place?
Yeah, it's like one of the most popular ones.
The orange
right
one,
now.
Right?
The orange one.
Yeah.
The one I keep telling I want Prusa to make it pink.
Yeah. I honestly don't look at printers that much. I've been watching, being such a big part of the 3D printing community, I'm trying to more, but I usually concentrate on the printers that I have, and the ones that I'm using at the moment. I am starting to look at more now because I want to get some more, but I don't really keep up necessarily as much as other guys like Dustin, the Japman, or Joel Telling, the 3D printing nerd. Those are guys, Preston, yeah, from Press Reset. There's so many, Maker's Muse, Angus from Maker's Muse. Those guys, if you really want to know about 3D printers, go check out them. But yeah, I have seen the CR10 though. I think that's an awesome printer for the price, for the volume and everything that you're getting. So I am looking at that too. Hey, what's up, Logan?
Monk says, have you ever come across a logo that you thought, nope, too hard?
No, I haven't, because I usually, when I think that, and I guess I have thought that, but then I'm like, oh, I can just do this instead to make it not that hard. Like, for instance, one was the Reckless Eating logo right here. All these pieces, I was like, okay, I can do these letters. I can do this little mayo jar and this little cereal box. I'll do that, blah, blah. Oh, like, how the hell am I going to 3D print these people on the top of here? I'm going to have to like hand paint this and all that stuff. And that's when I had just, I had more just started at the sign shop, and we just got our first laser cutter. And I didn't really know how to do that stuff, but I was like, oh, maybe I'll try to do this. And that's when I started. Actually, I think this one was the first one I did that on, but it was just like this round circle behind there. But this one, I actually did the first laser cut sublimation on there, and that's when I introduced that. So I was like, okay, that's a way to get around it. So I haven't really come across anything that was too hard, but I'm sure that there is.
I'm sure there is.
There's so many crazy, insane logos out there. I do have an issue where when I start looking at logos, like on any YouTube channel I go to, I will look at their logo first, and I will. Awesome, thanks, Dustin.
Thank you, Dustin.
I was actually trying to do that in your stream last night, Dustin, and my thing kept. Is that what it was? I was trying to do it like 3 times.
You didn't have a card set up.
I was gonna put this Captain Balls thing in there. Anyways, now I lost track of what I was doing.
Logos, hard logos.
Yeah.
About looking at other.
Oh yeah.
Logos.
Okay. Yeah. When I go on a channel and I look at their logo, I literally start breaking it down in my head. How am I going to do this? And like a lot of times, there's like lights involved, and there's all this craziness. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this and make this move and all that stuff, and then it backs off a little bit from there usually. But
don't let him fool you. He does that for everything, everywhere, not just logos that he sees on YouTube channels. He said, if I was going to do that, I would do this. Okay, Spoke Admiral says, was the shield the hardest logo, as well as the largest, or one with more parts like Board James? Actually, the Board James logo isn't that many pieces. It looks way more intense than it is.
Yeah, breaking that one down.
Because the entire back part.
Breaking that one down, the Board James is just the 3D printed pieces are the letters, and then the whole thing, that's just a sublimated piece of metal, just like any of these. And these are all just actual pieces from board games. So the hardest part about this one was just painting the tiny detail on the letters and stuff like that. I do have to say the hardest one, and the one that frustrated me the most, was the Monster Madness logo, because I was trying to make that thing bleed, and I didn't have any idea how in the hell I was going to do that. So when I first decided to do that, I'm like, okay, I'll put all this tubing inside, and and I'll seal it in with silicone. And I did that, and it didn't work. And I had it completely together, sealed up, painted, everything. And I went to test it, and blood just started leaking out of the bottom of it.
It was the worst day ever.
It was pretty bad. And I had already like promised them, I was like, okay, I'm going to get this to you. And like, it was going to be in their episodes of Monster Madness on their channel, which, you know, is a 2 million subscriber channel. So I was expected to get this for them. So I was like completely freaked out. I had to break the logo back apart, completely fix all the little tiny pieces in. It was tiny little tubes that were coming up to drilled pieces under each of the letters that were sealed in with silicone. And I actually ended up putting some 3D printed pieces in there, which I should have done from the beginning, instead of making this giant wad of what ended up looking like with the blood all in it. When I took it apart, it looked like veins and disgusting. If you go back and watch that video, I put some of that in there. You can see it.
So gross. I think that was the hardest logo you've ever done.
Yeah, that was definitely the hardest one. It was the one that like just like threw me for a loop, and I'm like, how am I going to finish this? And so yeah, definitely.
Geek Tech says Pyro needs a part daddy. I know, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's.
James Rolfe was an expert on cosmetic blood.
I know, right? A little late. We had we had so much blood all over our house.
Oh yeah, there's blood
It was
everywhere.
everywhere because he had it on the table, he had it in the sink, he had it outside. There was just blood everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all of my projects that I've done, there's always something everywhere. Like I try to keep most of the stuff contained in this area, but it doesn't ever work out like that.
No.
There's always pieces.
Always pieces everywhere.
Yeah. Oh man, did my chat lock up or is nobody talking right
Nobody's
now?
talking.
Okay.
Everyone's quiet. Oh, yes.
YouTube takes 30% of the money. Yeah. Yeah, that does suck. But people support me on Patreon and people super chat's okay. I mean, YouTube needs to make their money too, or they're not going to pay us anymore anything. So
Petitioning for Captain Ball's logo.
Captain Ball's logo. Dustin is already on my list for something.
Yeah, Dustin doesn't have a logo.
But he doesn't have a logo. That's the problem with people that don't have a logo is they get pushed down to the bottom of the list. Because if I have to actually make a logo from scratch, I hate doing that. The only one I actually did do that was the James and Mike Mondays logo. That one is my design. I mean, Mike helped me with that. He actually came up with the original concept kind of, but then I took it all with the SNES controller and like the digital look and all that stuff. So that one is made from scratch by me. But I haven't done really any of the other logos. I always had reference for them. And like I said, I don't really like making logos from scratch. I can do it, but.
Chaotic Laughter just got here. One of those crazy Boogie subs. We appreciate being here.
Why did I not see that chat?
Chaotic Laughter Inc.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're excited you're here.
Yes, very excited. I'm happy for all of the new subscribers. I hope you guys stick around. Like I said, hopefully you don't like look at my next video and think, oh, this video is crazy not as good as the Boogie one, because I spent a lot of time on that video. And a lot of my other videos, I spend time on and I try to make the best quality I can. But when you're releasing a video, trying to release a video every week, you can't spend 4 months on each of those videos. So please bear with me if they're not as good. There will be more that are that crazy. I guarantee that. Mm-hmm. But just until then, bear with me. And sometimes Heather will actually come on and she does her shows too for the 3D Pink Mafia, which is basically printing things in pink. And so don't get upset when all of these other videos are on and they're not as crazy as the Boogie one.
Sorry.
Thanks a lot, Chaotic Laughter. Yeah, that's one thing that I have to say. Like, I was shocked with all the insane amount of comments on I think there's like something like 500 comments in that video. It's up to like over 26,000 views now.
Oh, is our email not working because of the issues you're having with the website?
I hope not. Let's see how
Bob's saying I can't get on your .com page. Yeah, you can't get on the page right now.
Yeah, our webpage got hacked, or my website got hacked. So if anybody's trying to get on my A Part Design website, it's hacked right now. So I don't know how long that's going to be down. I actually had to delete some all the content from that channel. And I have to contact people because it says now that it's a phishing site and it's been reported and all this stuff. So if you're having any trouble with that, I apologize for that. The email addresses should still work. I've gotten emails on mine today.
Oh yeah, I have too, actually. Yeah.
So if you just email directly heather@apowerdesign.com or travis@apowerdesign.com, you should be able to get us still. The website, I don't know how long it's going to be down. Before it even got hacked, I wasn't using it that much, and I just had some basic stuff up on there. I hadn't updated it in a while. So I do need to get that back up, but obviously with all this stuff going on and all these logos and stuff I'm trying to do, that's kind of on the back burner right now.
Cloud Gamer says, so will the plastic melt in your car? I'm a newbie and most of the stuff you're saying is going right over my head. That's okay. It goes over a lot of my head and I see it every day. So
yeah, basically PLA plastic is the kind that I was talking about that will usually melt in your car, and it has to be really hot. Like the shield that I was talking about earlier that melted in my car, it was in our trunk, and I think it was pressed right up against the metal of the trunk, so that's why it melted. And it's low melting temperature. I think it's like 160, 180 degrees Celsius. It will start melting then.
And it was June in California.
It was June in California, so it was really hot. If you want plastics that don't melt, if you're getting into 3D printing, I mean, like, honestly, if you're going to use something in your car that you don't want to melt, it's normally for like something you want to put in your dash or some like parts that you're actually going to use in your car, and then you're going to use ABS or PETG or something with a higher melting temperature. But most of the time, anybody in the 3D printing community will tell you that they just print with PLA, because most things are just going to sit up on your shelf and they'll be perfectly fine. So it's not something to really worry about that much.
Jason saying, as a smaller growing YouTube channel, how are the advertising changes impacting you?
I mean, I don't make any money on advertising as it is.
Ours is mainly through Patreon.
Yeah, it's Patreon and outside sources. Some people do pay me for logos, and I do accept that. And like I said, it's still like a list-based thing, and I don't usually take that much money for the logos because I do enjoy doing it, and it's something. It's just kind of to replenish stock of stuff that I need, but. Yeah, Patreon, outside sources, people sending me filament, sponsoring, stuff like that. That helps tremendously, and that's where most of it is. And I still do work a full-time job too, so I do all this in between, working my job and having a family, and it's insane. So,
Universe Expands says, do you happen to sell the creations you make with a 3D printer? If so, how much? How would I pay you? And how would you ship it to me? If you have something like that, you can email me, heather@apyrodesign.com, and I can kind of field those requests for Travis, and we can kind of go from there. It really is going to depend on what it is.
Yeah.
How long it's going to take, all that kind of stuff. Brian asked, do you have Ultimaker 2 extended faceplates? Why, yes, we do.
Yeah, we do have Ultimaker 2 extended faceplates.
I need to add that. No, I think I did add that to.
Did you add it to the Etsy store?
Listing? I don't know yet.
Put that link in the description too. We have our faceplates. You can go check them out on Etsy.
Spoke Avril says, what if people wanted to petition and contribute to helping get another person's channel logo made?
I mean, it's it's still all based on like my time and how many. Basically, it's really hard. Like I said, I have a list. I try to stick to that. I try to, work with the people that are working with me and people that support me. Like, that's why I'm doing another healthy junk food logo. They actually support me on Patreon. They talk to me all the time. They're good friends. I met them at VidCon.
We love them.
They're amazing people. It's just like, I want to work with people that want to work with me. So it's not all about just like, if you want a logo done or like you want to pay me for a logo. It's not all about that. I got, I'm only one person. I can't do like 100 logos anytime soon. I mean, if you look at my wall, this is 2 years of work right here. So it's one of those things. I do it more for the passion of it than anything else. So
we've got Georgie Manuel and Sean S. McMurray coming over from Boogie.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome, guys.
And Sean also says that a Super Mario logo would be cool. He enjoyed the Sonic and the Boogie.
Yes,
so Super Mario, I think, would be on like your collab list probably.
Yeah,
with Garrett and Chelsea.
I am going to be working on more mainstream type logos, video game logos, stuff like that. I like to do that stuff on my own or collaborate with, for one thing, Chaos Cortec I was talking about earlier. Those are like kind of just side fun projects for me to kind of get away from doing the YouTube logos when I need to. It's something that I actually get to keep for one, because I all the YouTube logos are sent out to the YouTubers, of course. So there's that, and it gives me a little bit more of a mainstream audience too. Like some people, you know, a lot of people that I talk to haven't heard of half the people that are on my wall. And so it has that's something that has slowed my progress down in growing my channel. So, you know, I get these huge influxes of people that come from other channels, but then they don't know who any of these other people are. So they might stop watching or whatever. So it is kind of a catch-22. So that's why I am trying to do some more of those mainstream logos. I might want to do some from movies and like all kinds of stuff. I do have some filament companies that want me to do them. So it's all over the place really. And
the Stranger Things one, that comes back October. You'll be
I'm doing a Stranger Things poster thing. I'm actually going to do a giveaway for that one because I did a few of those.
Chris, Practical Printing says, when are you going to do your own logo? He's not.
I'm not. Like, I might do it at some point just for fun, but I've always put this out there when I've talked to my live streams and just talked to people in general. I would like to get big enough to where somebody else does my logo for me. And somebody
you
gets...
don't have to necessarily be big enough.
well, so where somebody would get inspired to maybe do it or something like that. That would be amazing to me, and that's what I put out there. So if somebody ever wants to do it and put some time into it and make a logo for me, I would be over the moon. It would be amazing.
And Dragon Slayer, you don't have to support us on Patreon. You know, that's one way people can. Really, for us, a huge thing is just interaction.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, interacting with us on Twitter. We are big Twitter people. Through interactions, watching our videos, commenting on them, just knowing that you're out there and you're watching our videos is freaking amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
So, love that. Ronnie's here. He just got back from vacation and he is at the airport watching our stream.
Nice.
If you could pick anyone to work with next, who would it be? So get the name out so we can mock them in a friendly manner.
There's a couple of people that I have on my top to-do list that I want to do logos for, and it's mainly because I've loved their channels for a really long time. I've never really been able to get in contact with them. It's like things like that. The top number one person I want to do a logo for is Barnacles, and I reached out to him a couple years ago to do one, and he was excited about it at first, and then he kind of got off the wagon. I don't know what happened, but he is still one I've wanted to do. And with recently doing this Boogie logo and him and Boogie being friends, he actually commented on my shield and stuff like that. And I'm going to meet him at Maker Faire this year, so there's a possibility of that. So. If any of you guys haven't heard of Barnacles Nerdgasm, amazing channel, does 3D printing, all kinds of other crazy videos too. So he doesn't actually do that much 3D printing anymore, but he does a lot of really cool videos.
Chaotic Laughter says, have you given thought to merchandising? Merchandising is a real gray area. Like merchandising our own goods, we do that.
Yeah, we do have some of that stuff.
But merchandising copywritten material is something that we really shy away from. So, yeah.
Yeah, Jim.
We'll leave it at that.
Jim, I've been talking to Joel and stuff too. I think we might be able to get Barnacles into doing it. My freaking brain is not working anymore. Joel was talking to him too, and like I got a bunch of people that were talking to him, and like I said, I want to talk to him myself in person. I've always wanted to meet him, and he was one of the very first channels. Besides, honestly, when I first started watching YouTube stuff and getting into YouTube, it was Cinemassacre, and then it was Barnacles Nerdgasm, were the two channels that I first started getting into when I started really liking YouTube. So that's, you know, I did Cinemassacre stuff, and Barnacles will be the next, or the one that's on my top to-do list. And then, I mean, there's a couple others that there's some really big YouTube channels like GMM, Rhett and Link. I would love to do something for them. I've started working on something for them, and it's been in the works for a while. I was gonna originally to send it into their mail show.
Now they don't do that anymore.
But they don't even do that anymore. So it just depends on, who I get in contact to and who I talk to. The more people I meet through YouTube, the more connections I have and stuff like that. So
Chris says, how much time left in our giveaway? So yes, if you don't know, we are giving away a 3D printer,
yes,
an amazing filament bundle package, a subscription, or a license to Simplify 3D, and then a second chance win of a bundle of filament. I'll put that link in the chat here in just a second, and you've got 10 days left to enter to win that.
How many entries are we up to now?
I think we're probably at 10,000 now.
10,000. Can you guys hear Heather okay through the microphone? I don't know. She's just talking.
I talk really loud, so it should be okay, hopefully. And Stranger Things, everyone wants Stranger Things. That has been the consensus in the chat.
Yeah, the Stranger Things logo, it's actually, I have one over there. I didn't really actually finish putting it together. It's a Stranger Things poster. It's kind of like one of these signs with the Stranger Things 3D printed onto it. And it has lights underneath so that the red part of the Stranger Thing lights up and some of the other things light up on the poster. So it's a light up poster. And I was going to do that as a giveaway too. I originally started it when Stranger Things was out last time, and when last season was on, and it had gotten kind of died down, the hype from it and stuff. So I was like, I'll just wait until the next season comes out and I'll reintroduce it. So.
Chaotic Laughter says, I'm one of the people on your bucket list, right? You don't know me, and I don't have a channel, but you still want to make me one, right? Yes, we do.
Yes.
John says, do you plan to do any game-related projects around E3 or around the release of Project Scorpio?
I actually don't have any specific game-related projects in the works. They're always, me and Garrett from Chaos Cortec are always talking about different ones that we want to do or that I want to do, and I'm trying to twist his arm into doing it with me. But we don't have any specifically like planned out yet. So.
Let's see. Yes. Universe expands. Go. I just did the link, I think. Oh, did it show up? Yes, it did. I just put the link for the contest into the chat. CJ says, what games would you like to see on the Nintendo Switch? And everyone concurs that I do not need a mic.
That's good. Yeah, chaotic laughter. I want to, the whole thing that I have planned out for Rhett and Link is like this huge tower thing with all their different logos. And I have it already partially made, and I will make it, and I will show it on my channel, and I will get people to reach out to them, and they will see it somehow if I do it. So I'm definitely going to do it. I probably won't try to send it to them, but thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
3D print guy.
3D print guy. We want to say hi also. And you're awesome. Good night, Zoe. People were saying good night. We're missing it. Bye. Good night, Maker's gone. You're probably already gone. Sorry.
Yeah, we missed it. The chat's going by pretty fast. Boogie Bomb, I missed that.
I know, right? Yes, Ronnie, you have to come to Banff, Bay Area Maker Fair. It's going to be awesome. So many people are going to be there. Oh, Jim, go to bed. He hasn't eaten, and it's 11.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to pick a good stream time for the people on the East Coast because they always end up staying up later than the rest of us.
Big Ben, thank you. Yes, we're excited about our Patreon as well, and we're going to start doing our monthly contests now to win something from our Etsy store.
Yeah.
So,
and there'll be other things too. There'll be like laser cut items and random things
for the drawing each month for our patrons. Bob says, do you take ideas from people or do you stick to your own?
Take ideas from other people? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, I mean,
like you utilize other people's you use their base of their logo if they have one.
Yeah, I always use the person's logo, but I try to make it something of my own by, doing something unique with it. I try to make it like, what the series is called, Logos to Life. I try to bring their logo to life. So I don't take ideas from other people. And I like I said, you usually try to contact the person or talk to the person that I'm working with, or even if it's kind of a fan project, which the Boogie project was like kind of a mix. I want to be in contact because I don't want to, just spend 4 months on the project and have nobody ever see it, or just, hard. Like a smaller amount of people on my channel to see it. It's kind of hard to do that.
John says, do you see yourself doing a sports-related project?
Come on, John. I'm not going to ever do anything sports-related.
If you want to see an amazing sport-related project, what was the Heisman Trophy that Chris did on Twitter? Crispy won.
Yeah.
That thing was insane. Insane. That was a crazy thing. Spoke YouTube won't allow linking a payment method. Oh, without a confirmed cell phone. Sorry, buddy. I know. And Carmelo, we wish you could be at Bay Area Maker Faire also.
What is the Patreon secret word?
You can try to put it in. Travis may or may not be giving you a hint right now.
There's a reason why this show is called Flaming Bacon.
Right. Ryan, I wish you could be at Bay Area Maker Faire.
NBA Jam logo. You're funny.
Yeah, Bob, the logos, really kind of goes off of their existing logo and then goes from there. As far as like the Sonic logo, where did you get the inspiration for that? Just from the existing the original Sonic logo.
Yeah. Well, on that one, I found a newer version of the Sonic logo that was on DeviantArt. And I kind of based that Sonic logo on there, and I did shout them out. And I usually try to talk to people like when I do stuff like that, but I didn't, copy it or anything. I just kind of based it on their newer version of the Sonic logo. And Garrett just made Sonic from a bunch of different reference images. We usually just try to find reference images like on something like that. There's so much out there that you can pull from that it's pretty crazy. I don't know. Somebody just actually redid that.
I know.
First person
that was
printed
awesome.
the Sonic logo
that
out.
Looked awesome.
Looked really awesome. Just 3D printed without any paint or anything on it.
Universe says I'm too lazy to look for the contest. It's not coffee. So if you're looking in the comments, there may be people saying it's coffee and it's not.
Hey, how's it going, Matcha?
Oh yes, Carmelo wants to know where you got your sweet dance moves.
Like I said, I don't know if you were in the chat earlier when I was talking about that. Heather was gone, and I was just sitting there trying to make my video, and I was gonna do it the regular way that I always do. And I was watching old Boogie videos because I do get a lot of inspiration from. Hold on, sorry, bacon. I do get a lot of inspiration from the channels that I'm doing the logo for. I'll watch a ton of their videos, right? Like while I'm making the video, and I'll pull the clips from that and stuff. And as soon as I saw that video of Boogie just, dancing there naked, I don't remember what the video was called. I think it was dancing to like royalty-free music or something like that. And he had his shirt off, and he was just like bobbing around and having fun. And like immediately, I just like ripped my shirt off, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have as much fun as I can with this video, and that's what started all that. And I just started dancing, and I tried to mimic Boogie a little bit and dance to the music because the music that he had on his video was different than the music that I had on my video, even though he kind of matched up too. So I was kind of matching the music in my video, and then just kind of like.
I didn't know that. I thought you were trying to mirror what
I was,
doing.
But at the same time, like I was mirroring him when I was like going like this and like calming down and stuff. But like some of the times when I was getting all crazy and stuff, it was just because the music that I had on there was all fast and nuts.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, thanks, Matcha. That's awesome.
Thanks, Matcha. How do you make a great banner? Cute Doge saying.
How do you make a great banner?
Like for YouTube, your YouTube banner?
You tell me.
Photoshop.
I just use Photoshop to make banners. They have, if you go online, you can download the banner templates. That's the best way to start. YouTube has actually on their website. If you just look up YouTube banner template. It gives you the exact size and like where it will show up on your YouTube channel, and then like when it's on a TV or when it's on a mobile phone, it'll show you those exact proportions of where it's going to show up. So that's a good place to start when you want to make a banner. And then just use any photo editing software. Photoshop or GIMP is a free photo editing software you can use, and just start pulling in what you want. I use Photoshop.
And what do you use to live stream?
To live stream?
A cheesy webcam. It's so sad.
Well, yeah, I'm using a cheesy webcam right now, and I'm just using the Hangouts app that goes directly through YouTube. You can set up like an event through Google Hangouts on air or whatever. I'm trying to get XSplit set up because I used to use OBS, and I had a lot of problems with OBS, and it was lock. And like when I tried to have guests on and stuff, I would have a lot of issues. So I'm going to try to set up XSplit pretty soon because I know Dustin uses that. And I know a few other people that use that, and they have good luck with it. So I'm going to try that next. The guys over at Geek Tech actually bought me a 3-month service for that. So I'm going to definitely try to get that set up for my next live stream.
Woo. So they're disappointed you didn't do your own Mountain Dew ice bucket challenge.
I had thought about doing a bunch of the other stuff that was that were in the clips that were in the video of Boogie. But I ran out of time when I was making the video because I had sent that shield. I think it was like the Wednesday before or the Tuesday before. And Wednesday we went to the Ultimaker event that was in San Francisco. It was like all of our evening. And then Thursday we were doing something. So it came down to where I had like the shield was going to be delivered on Monday. And I had Saturday and Sunday, not even all Saturday because we just been. Oh no, it was Saturday because that's the day you guys were gone. I had all day Saturday to do that video, and a little bit on Friday. So that was the. That's why I didn't do more. I wanted to actually make the foil hat like he did in the Skyrim video that's in the beginning. I wanted to do a couple of other things. I might have done the ice bucket challenge just to have fun with it and mimic all that stuff.
Nick says, I saw the shield made for Francis. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. They're saying use OBS. And Dustin says that Boogie uses XSplit.
Yeah. I just have Windows 10 on my computer. And like I could set up OBS pretty good, and a lot of times it did work for me. But I just want to try out XSplit too because like the problems I've had, I want to see the differences and stuff like that. So I might go back to OBS, but I wanted to stream tonight, and I just was like, screw it, I'm just gonna do it on the Hangouts, just easy. So I'm gonna try out some different things and see what works best for me. I'm pretty new to streaming all the time. I streamed like probably 6 months ago. I was streaming once a week for like a couple months, and then I did only a couple times in between there. So I'm trying to get back into it. So I want to try out some different software and mess with a little bit.
Oh, sorry, Bob. He signed up for Patreon for us, but it didn't show up in the chat. Yeah, Patreon and YouTube aren't connected, unfortunately. But thank you for signing up.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the Patreon. That's awesome. And I do try to release, like when I'm doing my projects, like everyone in my Patreon knew about the Boogie Shield like a long time ago. So when I am working on these big projects and stuff, if you do want to see that stuff, that's where I put the behind the scenes and stuff like that.
You posted about that stuff like from the beginning.
Yeah. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Daniel, I don't think there is a way to link Patreon transactions in Super Chat, but that's okay. And Johnny Bones, we're glad you're here. Hope you stick around. Monk is saying he's sending me photos on Twitter. Are you sending me photos on Twitter or Travis photos on Twitter? Because Travis is not checking his phone currently.
Yeah, my phone's just sitting there probably piling up with messages and stuff like it always does when I'm streaming. Oh man, my voice is starting to like get all messed up from talking so much. So, I mean, is there anybody that's new in here, or even any of my people that have been watching for a long time? Do you guys have any questions, like in general, about logos to life? Or, I mean, I guess we've been kind of going over that, but I'm trying to think of anything else I can talk about right now. I've kind of gone over all the things that I wanted to. So I guess I'll just keep on asking questions if you have them, and I'll keep trying to answer.
Yes, Mod Shop, we did hit our Patreon goal, which was awesome.
Yes, very awesome.
So we're going to start our giveaways next month. And there's Joel. Here's a question. How the heck are you so freaking awesome?
Because of guys like you, Joel, because
yes.
your support and everything just makes me want to create, and it makes me want to push stuff out there. And, you know, the support of Boogie and like just all the creators that have supported me over all this time, and all the people that watch my channel and stuff, that, you know, just makes me want to do more and push it out there. So, I mean, if that makes me awesome, then it's because of you guys.
Carmel says, how do you stick those graphics on your projects?
Now you feel bad because you didn't become a patron.
I can go in and delete your...
Yeah, we can just go ahead and delete your entries. Thanks, Adam.
The graphics on your projects. Carmel, are you talking about the sublimated parts? The parts that have the...
I missed that. What did he say?
He just said, how do you stick those graphics on your projects?
Yeah, that's all sublimation. If you're talking about like any of this stuff, like the top of the reckless eating or any of these signs in general, how I made them is sublimation.
How far with electronics would you go? Would you get into microcontrollers?
I am not good at that stuff. I've talked to Garrett about that stuff a little bit, and we were talking about he might be able to do some of that stuff if we ever get into that, but I'm just not good at that kind of stuff. Even like with my 3D printers, I fix what I have to when I have to, and I try to learn as much as I can about the 3D printer, but I am not amazing at it. I'm better at painting and just being creative. That's my strong suit. Like even right now, 2 out of my 3D printers that I have are broken, and I'm going to have to spend a couple of days just sitting there tinkering with them to get them working again.
Good night, Dragon Slayer. He's going to bed.
Glad
you stopped by.
Am I ever going to wear a different hat? No, Jason.
Jason, no.
That's part of my YouTube persona. I always thought it's fun. I like the YouTubers that have a persona and that are recognizable easily. And like, I love Assassin's Creed. You know, it's a cool game, and I'm not necessarily like, it's not my favorite game or anything, but I got an Assassin's Creed hat back at PAX in like 2012 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved the hat, and I just thought it was always cool because it kind of reminded me of like how people wear sports team hats all the time, and it just has the cool logo on it. But I'm more into games, so it doesn't necessarily blare out anything. If I ever was going to replace it, it would probably be like a Triforce for a Zelda thing or something. And I also like that the Assassin's logo is an A for A Power Design too. So that's a big thing to do with it. What was the other reason? I know there's another reason I always kept it too. Oh,
because of your hair.
Yeah, because I'm bald as hell too, and I don't like people seeing it, so that's why I wear a hat in general. But it's also because it sparked up so many gaming conversations with people. Like, people see this hat, and I'm sure, if I wore another one like a Triforce one or stuff, it would do it too. But I've had so many gaming conversations with people just in the grocery store, like randomly on the street. Cool hat, like they'll stop me and they'll start talking to me about games because of this hat being on. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. What got you into making in general, and what direction is your channel going for the future? More physical builds?
Yeah. What got me into making was video games. Like, I wanted to be a
a game designer. I wanted to make video games. I wanted to, you know, I've always been a big video game fan. Like I said, a big Nintendo fan since I was younger, and I started making because I wanted to do 3D modeling because of gaming, and I wanted to do animation. I started looking more towards that, and I did do some of that stuff. I did do a lot of animations and random stuff like that. And actually, one of my very first videos on YouTube is a animation, and it's my biggest video on YouTube. It has over 600,000 views. And I got this back in 2008, like back in the golden age of YouTube. So I was doing animations and stuff like that, but I realized I wasn't like crazy good at animating stuff. So I went to started going to college, and they had a 3D printer there, and nobody knew how to use it. And the art director that was at the college, he's like, oh, you do 3D modeling and you could probably figure out how to use this thing. And I was like, okay, sure. This sounds awesome. We had gone to like a maker fair way back when. I had seen some stuff about 3D printing. I was interested in it already. And this was back in 2009 that I was at college, and they had the printer, and I just started using it, and I started 3D printing stuff, and I fell in love with it. I was showing people 3D prints all over the place, and nobody had any idea what it was back then. It was like super random. I felt like I was doing something that nobody was doing. It was pretty crazy. I really wish I had started my channel back then. Like I had my channel obviously because I had that animations and stuff on there, but I wish I had started 3D printing on my channel back then, because I probably would have been one of the first people that were doing it. But the thing that got me into Logos to Life was just giving that Angry Video Game Nerd logo to James Rolfe. So that's kind of the story of that, I guess. And I guess where my channel's going to continue to go is just doing more logos. I love doing this stuff. Like I said, I love meeting new YouTubers. I love meeting new people just that come to my channel and talking to people. I still am at the point, like even with the Boogie video that had like over 500 comments and all that stuff, I've tried to talk to every single person that was in there, try to like their comments and talk, and read every single comment and talk to everybody. It's just a joy for me, and I love doing that. Wow, let's see. What did I miss? Are you still reading?
Yes, I am reading. Says, when will you ever make the YouTube logo?
I've thought about doing that. I thought about doing that like at one of the VidCons. Like that would be a good time to do that, because there's a lot of YouTube people there, obviously. And I thought about actually doing some crazy thing like carrying around a 3D printer that's like connected to a battery or something like that, and printing a logo, like a YouTube crazy logo while I'm just walking around VidCon or something like that, because it would probably get some attention. So there are ideas for that, but
said, have you ever thought about 3D printing a hat for yourself? No, we have Jay Wall's hat. You should print that one.
Yeah, there's a guy, print that thing. He's pretty cool channel. He has a 3D printed hat. It's all like lattice work and stuff. It looks really cool. I think a 3D printed hat will probably be pretty uncomfortable though to wear all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't really like cover your bald head.
And if you made it out of like flexible filament or something like that, it would just be sweaty and annoying.
What's your favorite, or what's your choice of 3D software?
3D software, I use 3ds Max for my modeling. I do use ZBrush sometimes, and I would like to get more back into ZBrush because I want to try to do some more organic modeling and stuff like that. But a lot of the stuff I do is more technical logos, robot, rigid stuff. Like not as good at organic modeling like Garrett from Chaos Cortec. I keep mentioning him because
he's amazing.
Awesome channel. If you guys need to go check out that channel. So now I lost track of. Okay, I use Photoshop. I use Simplify 3D for my 3D printing. I use a lot of different software. I use Premiere for my video editing. Sometimes After Effects. Garrett is the best.
Garrett is the best. A spammer says, I'm a Twitch mod for Boogie, and the making of the shield is insane and impressive.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Thanks for coming by. We were glad that Boogie liked it so much.
Yeah, I went on a stream last night, and I I did a super chat just to thank him again for or I don't even know what it's called on Twitter. I had a donation just so he would see my thing and I would read it out to him. And it was cool to just like get a little talking to him. He keeps on saying he wants to give me a big hug at VidCon. So I'm looking forward to that big hug.
For sure. So that's going to be awesome.
Let's see. Did I miss something else?
Nope.
Spoke Ariel says somewhere.
Oh, do you know who I could ask to find out if possible to make a computer that can render and design 3D models without having to use an online hosted software?
I have no idea.
Carmelo says Chelsea can't say. She's biased.
Chelsea is biased, but I'm not biased.
And apparently Chelsea and Garrett's dog hates you because while you were on the TV,
this is
he kept
barking the whole
barking at
time. That's hilarious.
Chelsea didn't want to say it in the chat. She Snapchatted it to me instead.
Oh, man.
That's hilarious. It is so true. Garrett is the best. Garrett made me a Tigger. Travis hasn't even made me a Tigger. Come on now.
I have not made Heather any logos or done any 3D prints.
You
like,
made my 3D Pink Mafia logo.
yeah, but the coin,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, he doesn't make me anything. I get passed to the wayside. It's okay. No, Travis is not the dog whisperer.
Actually, I've had a lot of trouble with dogs my whole life.
Yes, he does. That's why we have cats.
I used to like hate dogs when I was a kid because they would like bite me and stuff. It's weird. Yeah, I definitely have some weird thing with dogs.
You have a weird thing with dogs, and I have a weird thing with trees.
Yeah, trees falling on your car. I do like dogs like lately more. Like my sister has a couple of dogs that I really like. They always like come and I drop my daughter off over there in the morning, and the dogs will come up to me and like always want to see me every day. And they get pissed when I leave. They actually start barking when I leave, so it's pretty funny.
Jason's talking about our dog. Oh,
yeah.
Link.
Yeah, we had that's another bad experience what I had with dogs. We had taken this is a bad story too.
I was like, why are you going to tell
it's
this
kind of
story?
a downer
That's
story.
A horrible story. No, we had a dog named Link.
Yes,
we moved,
yes.
and we had to find him a new home.
Yes, for various crazy reasons that I'm not even going to go into.
Yeah. He got a new home, and it was fine. It was a wonderful new home from a lady that I worked with.
Spoke Avril, the Ents. Redditor there spoke Avril.
Yes, a GoFundMe page so that I can pay Travis to do a logo for me.
Who said that?
That's what Carmelo said.
That's funny. Cats suck. Cats are actually pretty evil. They like attack everything, and they like are super kind of jerks around the house, and they just like do what they want, and scratch the carpet and do all that stuff. And then like I've seen so many things about the fact that cats, like, if you died or something like that, your cat would eat you. But your dog would just sit there and like be sad. So I do know cats are evil, but
no, our cats are amazing. Our cat, seriously.
Think about all your stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I love my cats, but they are evil.
They are evil. But like Daisy sleeps with Ari every single night in her bed. She's there. When it's time for Ari to go to bed, Daisy runs upstairs and gets to the bed with Ari. Daisy's like a dog. That's the problem.
Yeah, kind of. Gus would eat you. He's totally a jerk dog. Until the dog is starving. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's fine. I thought you were going to bed, cute Doge.
I know, I thought so too. Oh, good night, Chris. Practical printing.
Oh, later, man. Jeez. Yeah. Our cats have been like pooping outside of the litter box and stuff lately, so that's kind of annoying.
Why are you talking about those?
I'm just running out of things to talk about. So.
Don't talk about our cats pooping outside of the litter box.
We've already been going for an hour and a half. Holy crap.
Oh, goodness.
Doesn't feel like it.
You're crazy.
I'm kind of flying.
Yes, so my story of the day was that a tree fell in my car. And the worst part about that whole thing is this is not the first time this has happened to me. A tree fell in my car before.
Yeah.
In 2004 and crushed my car. This time it didn't crush my car.
Yeah, but I had to
Travis had
chop
to
it
chop
up
up the tree today.
drag it in the dry. It's still out there. There's like lots of pieces of tree all over the place. Yeah, Jason.
Jason had to cut up.
Yeah,
Wheelmancer had to cut up the tree last time.
Yeah,
the tree fell in my car.
Wheelmancer experienced that tree falling in the car.
The tree this time, Wheelmancer was way smaller than the tree that fell in my car before.
Yeah,
if you want to see photos, go to @DDHeader on Twitter. You can see.
Yeah. Did you do it shirtless? That's the question. No, I did not. I don't want to scare my neighbors away. It was funny too because when the tree fell over this morning, Heather woke me up, and then I'm trying to get ready for work because I still need to go to work after I cut this thing up, and I get people knocking on the door. Do you know there's a tree on your car? Do you know there's a tree on your car?
He's like, no crap, thanks.
I'm like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with people. Yeah, the best thing was the next door neighbor or the across the street neighbor driving by, gawking as Travis and I are standing out there and just gawking. Oh
yeah, I know that. No, the one
stopping.
The one guy that came to the door, he's like, "Oh, I live right down the street. I'll come help you. I'll come help you move it if you need to." He was like super cool. And then I go out there when I'm cutting it up, and I don't want to go down, of course, and get that guy or whatever. And I'm like pulling and yanking and trying to get the big giant piece of tree out of the street, and a guy right across the street, like 5 feet away from me, gets in his car and he just drives off. He's like, I don't care about what you're doing.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, good times. Logan says, "Hey Travis, you know there's a tree on your car?" It wasn't on his car, it was on my car.
Yeah, so I had to drive Heather's car today. It's all for pink in it. Yeah, there's pink in that too.
There totally is. And Tigger. Do your neighbors or coworkers know that you're internet famous? I don't know that I would say
I'm a part of the internet famous. Oh man.
Trying to explain to anyone that we know or work with that Travis is on YouTube is really not worth it.
Yeah. Everybody's like, "What do you do there? Why are you doing that? It's a waste of time."
Not even that. They just don't get it.
Yeah, pretty
They're
much.
like, we talk about when we were at Fry's. Oh, good night, Bob.
Night, Bob. Thanks for stopping by, man.
At Fry's, we were like, Travis was getting kids hooked up onto his YouTube channel that were in the 3D printing.
Yeah, that was pretty easy, actually. What's up, Nellavine?
Hi, Nelby.
We were standing. It was that night, the 2 community 3D printing streams ago when I was at Fry's. We were standing in the 3D printing aisle, and people kept on looking at 3D printers and doing all stuff. And they were like asking questions to the workers, and I was like, "What is this worker telling them? That's like wrong information. He shouldn't be telling them that."
Yeah, except for does Travis say anything?
No. Heather starts going off.
I start talking to them. I start talking to them, telling them, "What? Don't listen to what this guy is saying. This is not." So, anyways, then Travis had kids.
Yeah, I'm like showing him
subbing him on YouTube.
You could literally stand there and collect subscribers in the 3D printing channel. There was a lot of people coming through there. I was shocked.
Some people had just built a Delta.
What's up, Jeffrey?
Hi, Jeffrey.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. it was pretty. It was amusing. It was amusing.
Yeah, definitely fun. You can print anything.
I know. I just got some new filament. Oh, I got to print some fidget spinners. Oh, Dustin's not here anymore. I'm so excited because I took Dustin's advice and
The rollerblades.
bought rollerblades at Goodwill today.
Jason.
Yes, I have 3D printers. Get in the van. That probably would totally work. What is that? That's Lauren's husband, van full of puppies. He needs van full of printers.
Yeah, chaotic laughter. 3D printers. I don't care anybody that doesn't use them or has never touched one or anything. When you have a 3D printer sitting in front of you and it still does it to me to this day, and you are watching it print, it's just amazing to watch. It is just like one of the coolest and most mesmerizing things that you can watch. So it's definitely something that could be for anybody. And like getting kids into it is like super easy. You just like show them once. And I want to take my one of my 3D printers into my daughter's classroom sometime soon here, and just print out some Pokemon or something for them. They'll just be like freaking out. I know they will.
Keith, this says those are some nice deltas. I need that on a shirt, right, covering my boobs, and then says stop looking at my deltas. That would be great. Oh, Big Ben, the skates cost $6 for 2 sets of for a set of rollerblades, and so I'm going off what Dustin said. He said there's 2 bearings per wheel, so each skate has 8 bearings, so 16 bearings all together.
Take them all apart.
You just take them all apart, and then. But to give you a comparison, I bought 8 bearings on Amazon, and it cost me $10.
Yeah.
So I got double the bearings for $4 less.
Yeah, and you just check to make sure they rolled good and stuff like that. And you can clean them out. I thought the wheels you did.
Oh, I just looked at the ones where the wheels didn't look that bad.
Yeah.
And then he said just soak them in alcohol. Take them out and soak them in alcohol. And everyone says they spin better anyways. Yeah.
This fidget spinner thing is crazy. I don't know if any you guys that aren't in the 3D printing community have seen all. It's just like everybody's using these fidget spinners all the time. It's like all over Facebook and everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And how many? So we're having a big get together for Easter this weekend, and we already had like 4 family members. Somebody had posted something on Facebook and was like, "Hey, look at this," and tagged us in it. And then we're like, "Oh yeah, we're getting ready to print some of those." And then like 4 more family members are like, "What? Can you make me some? Oh, can you make me some? Can you make me some?"
Everybody wants a fidget spinner.
Yeah, Melody, I was going to ask that. You take the dust shields off before you soak it, right?
I mean, that would make sense.
I guess that would make sense, huh?
Fidget world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heather found one that had that was on Thingiverse that had flames on it and stuff.
Ooh,
I was like, I gotta get that one in red.
Oh, you buy them in bulk off eBay? Yeah, see, I was going to do that, but I get so impatient. I'm like total Veruca Salt. I want it now. And so I have to go. I went and got them. Plus, Ari loves Goodwill, so.
I keep on forgetting my laptop is going to go to sleep if I don't move the mouse. It's a classic rookie.
Yeah, really.
mistake.
Geez, rookie streamer. This guy.
Like I've never used a computer before.
Yeah, Thingiverse is flooded with them. They're pretty amazing. But it's such a pain. So I've printed the cat spinner, attempting to print the cat spinner for Ari literally like 7 times, and I can't get it right. So we've decided not to do that one anymore.
Vinegar is better for bearings.
Oh, okay.
Huh. We'll try that too.
Good to know. Yeah, and then we have oil to oil on.
To like soak it in the bearings, or to elaborate on that further, chaotic. Any tips that we can get?
Yeah, because my spinner experience has sucked. I'm just gonna say that.
I haven't even messed with any of it yet.
It's been horrible. I printed so many different ones, and none of them fit. The bearings don't fit in the spinners. I'm really upset about it. And I see everybody spinning their spinners on their streams, and I'm like,
Yeah, I've been sitting over here making these crazy shields and stuff.
and I'm like, I
everybody
just
else is like
want a
spinning fidget things, and I'm like, you guys suck.
Yes, I want a spinner really bad, and I can't somehow convince anyone to send me one. So I've tried.
Nelbean says use graphite powder instead of oil. It spins better.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Do we
because
have
it's dry.
graphite powder?
No, we don't have any, but it's easy to get.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Oh man, my voice is like starting to go out.
Oh, I saw that 3D print guy.
Oh, you're the one that, yeah,
high
that's
five
awesome.
for
Yeah, I
Joel,
remember
that's
that.
Jason says to make a spinning shield.
Spinning shield.
There's probably one on Thingiverse already.
How many of you guys want me to make the Boogie Shield pieces available? I can do that. I thought about making it available in a smaller, easier to print version. If anybody wanted to print the Boogie Shield. I don't know. It's kind of an undertaking, but
I don't know
I'm
about
surprised that somebody printed the Sonic. That is an undertaking in itself.
Have you thought about doing the Boogie Shield on a smaller scale? I saw people talking about that in the comments.
That's what I just said.
You just said it to release all the files.
Yeah, then I said maybe on a smaller scale.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I wasn't listening. Oh, yeah, that's true. Daniel said ask Boogie before sharing. That's a good idea.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll talk to him.
Keychain version. Oh, geez.
Yeah, I did that on my Pinewood car when I was a kid too, Logan. And I actually won the Pinewood Derby when I was a kid.
I feel like that's cheating. Is that not cheating?
No, it's not cheating.
Do you know that we have friends that are really into Boy Scouts, and they 3D printed. There was a 3D printed car in their Pinewood Derby.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think it was a separate category.
Yeah, it probably would have to be. Get Angus to print the Boogie Shield.
It's not cheating, Dan,
SLA.
to put graphite?
Yeah, I didn't think it's cheating.
I don't know.
Mine was like the most. Everybody had all these fancy cars, and my uncle helped me make just like this super flat triangle thing to where it just like went and just shot down.
Did you get the disclaimer of what your uncles did for a living?
Well, they worked at a cabinet shop. And
They
like
were
that.
woodworkers.
But they made my brother's too. But they made his like to where it had like shape to it, and it had like a fin thing and stuff, and that didn't work as well. Mine just went.
Oh, jeez. Did you guys? I keep seeing entries into the contest. Are you guys entering?
Oh man, or go for a little bit longer, maybe like 15 more minutes or so. I'm getting tired.
Is Ari still awake?
I don't know if she's still awake. We gotta check on her too. She was out watching shows.
3D wood filament.
Yeah.
Hatchbox, I do like Hatchbox. We haven't tried their wood
I've
filament,
used the just the wood fill. I think it's from the Color Fab one, the wood fill.
Yeah. I don't know. We primarily have pink filament in our house.
We have a lot of other filament too, just not as much as pink because you got all this crazy pink filament.
I did. I've gotten so much.
I got my
filament.
bacon.
Yes, he
It's
does
right
have
here.
bacon.
Carmelo.
Piece of bacon?
No, you can't have any bacon.
Look, I'm an arm. I
Okay.
like him as an arm.
You don't get bacon.
What?
You got my previously enjoyed bacon.
I don't want your previously
Oh,
enjoyed
get
bacon.
out of here. Squishing me.
Good night, cute Doge. I'll get your email after the stream if you sent it. And Millivine, you know what? I was so mad because
Yeah.
Travis did print pieces of the shield in pink. Some of the trim was in
Yeah, I
pink.
think even in the video, I think
It is pink.
yeah,
in the
those
video.
are pink. But I had to switch it out because I had done the support. Good night, cute Doge. I had done the supports wrong, and they did not come off whatsoever of the pieces. And then that was the Matter Hackers pink, and I wanted to continue using that because I printed everything with Matter Hackers and they sponsored it and everything, but I ran out of time. So I had to reprint those pieces in like this brown that I had. So there was pink in there originally, but it got taken out.
Good luck, Logan. Hopefully your foot gets better quickly. I know, where's beer?
I don't have any beer tonight.
No beer tonight.
Oh man. So
You should have made some tea.
I will have some tea after I'm done here. Random bacon stealing Heather.
Hi. Sometimes I'm on the stream, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm just the voice from afar.
Yeah, she used to just be typing in the chat, and then she wanted to become more and more involved. So you guys always have.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you come to my streams, if you're new here, there's always bacon involved. I'll tell a story to anybody new. One of the very first live streams I did on YouTube, it lasted like some crazy amount of hours, like maybe 4 or 5 hours. And I probably exaggerate this and I tell this story different every time, but but anyways, it was getting towards the end of the stream and I was doing a low carb diet at the time. So we had like a bunch of bacon in the fridge and I was like super hungry and I was like, hold on guys, I need to just get something to eat. And I brought back this plate of bacon and I just started flashing it in front of the camera. And, you know, it's all late for everyone else too. And,
like, we want bacon.
Everybody's like, oh, we want bacon. So I just started doing it every time. Like every time I've live streamed since, I just made bacon to show off to people. And like, I just called the show Flaming Bacon because, you know, the pyro thing. So that's how the live stream got its name. And there's always bacon. I was telling people a couple live streams ago, since they updated to where you can live stream from your phone now to YouTube, that anytime I was eating bacon, like out in the wild, like I'm at a restaurant or like I'm just out, you know, eating a burger or whatever, and I would just start live streaming right then. So
although you did not do that tonight, we had BLTs for dinner.
Yeah, but I planned the live stream already.
Still.
I'm not going to start a live stream right before.
Still.
And my laptop went off again.
Because what are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. That's the whole point.
Problem. Yes, a lot of people do make bacon. I think when people know that we're going to stream ahead of time more, so we have had people, or if we ever have you on the live stream.
Yeah.
So a lot of times for new viewers, a lot of times if Travis has a live stream and he is doing a logo or has just done a logo for someone and they're on the live stream, he'll have them on to answer questions or whatever, and generally they have bacon.
Yeah. That's why actually I'm one of the only owners of Bacon Filament because of Joel is the 3D printing nerd. He's awesome. And he sent me one of his spools of Bacon Filament. So I do have Bacon 3D printing filament, which is amazing. And I plan to use some of that in the Healthy Junk Food, the new Healthy Junk Food logo that I make, because obviously, you know, bacon goes along with their channel.
Nilla Bean was a keto diet.
Yeah, we were doing a keto diet.
Obviously, it works so well.
BLT, you mean
Yes.
BBB, right?
Bacon.
Bacon.
Yes, actually, our daughter, Ari, she was like, Mom, can I just have bacon and cheese on my BLT sandwich? She didn't want lettuce or tomato. She just wanted bacon and cheese. Oh.
Later, we all got to go to...
I was just saying goodnight. He's saying gotta go moderate Boogie.
Oh,
stream.
nice. Yeah, Boogie's about to stream. Probably go watch that too.
Yes. We had fun watching that stream.
This was bacon grease.
I think that would be gross.
It would smell good all the time.
It would smell good all the time. And print them with bacon.
Yes.
Filament. Oh, that's a good idea.
A bacon fidget spinner. We should make
Yes.
a video about
Oh,
that.
would
Nilla
be
Bean,
great.
that's going to be one of our videos.
Yes, Nilla
You
Bean.
just-
So you have to design it.
You just came and I'll shout you out on that one.
You have to design a bacon. Okay, trademark. Nobody's allowed to do that. Let's
Bacon.
go first.
Bacon fidget spinner.
Bacon fidget spinner. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's going to be great.
That's going to be amazing.
I was looking for fun things to print with the bacon filament.
That's a good one. Oh, really? That's hilarious. Kate says that the bacon filament smelled awful. I believe that. To me, I thought it stunk when we printed with
I like
it.
the smell of it. It smells kind of funny, but it
No, I
doesn't
think it
smell like
stinks.
bacon, obviously.
I got some of the rose filament from Protopasta, and it smelled delicious when it was printing. Oh yes, who hasn't worked fast food and smelled a grease trap? It is disgusting.
I'm still going to use bacon grease for that fidget spinner, though, just to be funny.
No, bro, you can pretend.
No, I'm not going to pretend. I'll make one like that.
I saw that. I saw that you said something.
You painted
about that.
my maker coin or Heather's maker coin?
Whose maker coin?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Let me see. Sick. That's awesome. That reminds me of the way I painted the Cinemassacre one. That's freaking sick. I love that. Yes, I don't know if you can see that.
You have to put your hand behind it.
Oh, yeah.
This is better.
Let me just get it closer. My stupid hand behind it.
No, that's not doing it.
It's not doing it.
Oh, there you go.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That's Monk in the chat.
I know, that's freaking amazing.
Yeah, that's
You're
really cool.
working on a spinner that barely fits in your work area. I wondered about that. Somebody said that Joel should print a fidget spinner on the G-Max.
You just went to Protopasta today. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I just saw that they got a new factory.
Yeah, they just did their first spool the other day.
Oh man, guys, this has been awesome. It's been a really fun stream. I'm glad all you guys came, and to all the new people, I'm glad you guys are here. This is fun. This is what we do all the time. Well, as much as we can. I try to do when we do live streams. It's doo-doo. When we do live streams, they're usually on Thursdays, and they're usually kind of crazy because I just like to have fun, just mess around, and have bacon.
Bacon.
Nothing
I know
bacon
nothing
flavor.
bacon flavored actually tastes
That
like
is
bacon.
very true.
I don't know. It's in Seattle still.
No, I thought they were in Oregon before,
Oh.
and then they moved to Seattle. Protopasta? Anybody in
I
the
don't
comments know that? I don't remember.
Oh, they're in Vancouver.
But were they in? I thought they were in like Oregon or something before.
Maybe they were in Oregon before, but then
Yeah.
they moved to Washington.
I don't
Chelsea says poo.
know. Doo-doo.
Doo-doo. See, Vancouver is basically Oregon. No, Nelly, no one's close to you. I'm just kidding. I don't
Okay,
even know where
right
you
across
are.
the river from okay. Always Vancouver. Thank you for telling me that. I didn't know for sure. I know Joel was driving down there and stuff, so it couldn't be like crazy far from him. I've thought about driving up there. That's one of the filament companies that I've been trying to work on a logo for a while now. They asked me about doing it for a while ago, and I've been so busy with some other ones that I haven't had a chance, but it's still in the works. So. Oh, okay, I remember that, Jason. That's funny.
Oh, I miss PAX.
Yeah, PAX is awesome. Pink proto stand.
Is Travis going to snack on pink protopasta stand-in?
Oh, I think my camera locked up. That's
Is
not good. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, and that's a fabulous image to be locked on. Oh, yes. Yeah, so in my protopasta pick the pink video, Travis ate pink
It was filament.
filament.
Yeah, it was. We had dyed some spaghetti with a bunch of red food coloring, and it looked really pink. So during her whole video of her reviewing the protopasta pink filament, I was just sitting there eating the spaghetti in the background, not saying anything, just randomly eating the spaghetti off of a 3D printer spool, an empty spool. I just had it laid over there. I was just sitting there eating.
You're not supposed to tell them. You're supposed to tell them to go watch the
Go
video.
watch the video. It's fun.
Oh, see, they're all saying it's a sign that you ended early, that you just cut off the string.
Did it cut off actually? You guys still hear us? Because I just fixed the I just reset the camera. Yeah, locked up. So I don't know if you guys are still in here.
Oh,
Okay.
Jason said you're still on.
Cool. Yeah.
We can hear.
Yeah. I just sometimes this camera, if I leave it on
Yes.
too long, if I stream too long or something, it'll lock up.
It's because it's a
It's
amazingly good quality camera.
Yeah.
That's a joke. That's sarcasm.
I didn't even see you were in here, Michael. I missed that.
Old news. I already knew he was there.
The chat was going by faster.
He said he was glad to know what was on your hat because he didn't know what it was.
He had no idea. He's been drawing it and stuff. He has no idea.
Keith, it does go night night. I know. We're always so lame because we're on the West Coast and we're like, it's so late. It's like 9 o'clock.
The camera.
No, I'm saying me in general.
No, I know, but that is what he's saying. Yeah, you
Yes.
have to go to bed at or you have to get up way early.
Yeah, because I have to get up at 4.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna wrap it up. Anybody has any last minute questions? We'll take a couple more. It's like I said, this has been an amazing stream. It's been awesome. I love that all you guys showed up.
Peek your head out and see if Art is awake.
I'll peek my head out real quick and see if our daughter's awake. And if you guys have any more questions by the time I get back, then.
The dog hates you. I'm watching Snapchat of Chelsea and Garrett's dog hating you.
That's funny. Yeah, Art's
Hilarious.
pressed though.
Oh, she is. I figured she would be. I know, East Coast there is late.
Laugh every time Heather laughs.
I'm never laughing again. Let's see how long I can last.
Oh man. All right, guys. So it looks like we're gonna go ahead and put an end to it. Like I said again, thanks for coming out.
And I put go ahead.
Look forward to more logos, more 3D Pink Mafia, more everything. I'm gonna try to get this Geek Tech video out pretty soon,
Woo, woo.
within the next few days probably.
You're going to?
Well, Heather might edit it. But I'll have to take the pictures and film for it and all that stuff. But, all right, I got
And I put in the description, I put the links to our my email if you want to email me regarding a design, and my Twitter handle if you want to message me that way, our Patreon, our contest, and our Etsy store for requests.
I have to answer this question.
Then would you rather fight a boogie-sized duck
Boogie.
or 100 duck-sized boogies? I think it would be more fun to fight a boogie-sized duck.
That would be kind of scary.
But you don't think duck-sized boogies would be scary? They'd be tiny. They'd be like, "Meh!"
Duck-sized
what was
boogies.
that? What was that movie? What was that Kevin Smith Yoga
Yes,
Hoosiers where
yes.
all those guys came? No, that was creepy.
Duck-sized boogies would be funny as hell, though. They'd all be like screaming at you. They're raging on the ground.
That would be horrible.
Oh, God.
Horrible.
All right, guys.
And with that, we will see you next time.
Duck-sized boogies, and I'm ending. You have to end the stream. You have the mouse.
Oh, I don't know how to do it. Oh.
It just hit stop broadcast.
Okay. Bye, guys.